Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 10th of October 2023. So despite the war in Palestine and Israel, stocks, bonds and gold and oil soar as Dovish comments trample Israel war fears. So obviously they've had somebody out from the Fed change tack and make comments about interest rates coming down, etc. So amazing. Last week it was hawkish, this week it's dovish. Stocks and dollar reverse initial geopolitical reaction on dovish Fed speak. So whether that's intentional, who knows? Economic news today, Lagarde speaking at, she's speaking at some point, but no specific time. And then 6 p.m, Waller is speaking. So let's see if he maintains that bullish stance and commentary that we saw yesterday. Okay, let's move on, have a look through the markets, and surprise, surprise, they're on the upside despite war breaking out. So for me, it's just, again, just goes to show how rigged this is, because in times gone by, whether it's the Falklands War, the first Iraq-Kuwait war, etc., the market's just tanked. But here, we've got a devastating situation, and yet the markets are up. So for me, either someone selling the VIX or someone supporting the market, either with dovish comments or with futures contracts and derivatives. Anyway, let's move on and have a look at what we've got. We'll kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow, up on Friday on the NFP numbers, up yesterday despite the appalling situation in Palestine and Israel. And yet the market managing trade up to 78% retracement from there down to there, and momentum moving to the upside as well. May reverse today, but that's what it certainly did yesterday. There was no stopping it from the kickoff really that we saw, with the market down at the 200 MA on the electronic market for the Dow, and then for the rest of the day it just made its way to the upside and actually moving 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 points into the evening session, the overnight session at 3 a.m. So 500 points from yesterday's low to high in the Dow. Just incredible given the backdrop of what's going on at the moment. And in the German DAX, the gap has been filled overnight, which was left by the gap down during the early hours of yesterday morning, Sunday. You can see there's the upside targets for this market if prices continue to move higher against what would normally be a downside situation. Yesterday's 30-minute chart, only 100-point range, very choppy, and the market higher on the overnight there for the German DAX. In the S&P 500, we're moving quite strongly in the S&P through the 20-bar moving average to 38% retracement, and way above that 20-bar moving average there. So this may continue throughout today as well. Also trading at the high as well overnight. So we've created this new high and still maintaining that as well, straight through Friday's high before the close of trade during yesterday. In the FT 100, also moving back to the upside despite what's going on. And you can see they're heading to the 62% retracement. In the 30 minutes, choppy, but eventually breaking out with the Dow. And overnight, the market continuing to trade higher and above yesterday's high as well. So basically, unless it escalates in the Middle East, then we can expect the markets just to ignore it and continue to move to the upside. In the US dollar, this down for the last few days, as can be seen there, and up slightly on the overnight, back at the 20-bar moving average once it's broken it, finding a bit of support. This will be an interesting area for the US dollar. So in the metals, managing to hold yesterday, but it's not holding now, so expect the slam to return during today, as there's nothing until we get the CPI numbers tomorrow to hold this market. The same for gold. When you've got a gapped up bar like this, it'll come back and fill the gap. So short on gold is the way forward here. Again, it's not really reacted that much to what's going on in the Middle East either. So again, expect this to move below the close and the high of yesterday and work its way down as, like I say, the market's ignoring what's going on abroad at the moment in the geopolitical sphere. And finally, in the gold-silver ratio, this confirming it as we start to see that the silver gold ratio moving back to the upside there at 85, again, despite what's going on. So again, it'll be ignored, and gold and silver will go back down to where they were. And again, the forecast of $20 per ounce remains for me. All we need is some other sort of hawkish comments, and back we go. The market's just very, very strange at the moment, and have been for the last 10 weeks. Okay, that's it for this one. Let's see what happens during today. And with that, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.